They asked CGPA. So people were telling 6.7, point 8 point. It came to my turn. I was 5 point. Then everybody was like, kind of look. And I started shivering like,
So, welcome guys to a brand new episode of IT Podcast with Somnath. And today we have a guest who is again very unique. I'm wearing this sports t-shirt because, out of respect to our guest, because he was a rock star at college. He used to be in sports, in music, in drama, everything that you could think of, and a bit of studies. So, we'll get to him right away. And this is my friend. Abhishek Bagathi, and I'm not sure whether he knows or not. He used to run very fast in college, and we used to call him Abhishek Bugatti. So here he is.
thank you, Somnath. That was a very good introduction. I felt good about myself.
As you guys can see, I'm the host of the podcast. I have just this, and this guy has a full setup already. He's much more prepared than I am. I think you know what the podcast flow generally is. It's three parts, like before IIT, at IIT, and then beyond IIT. So we'll get started with the first section, which is before IIT. I'll ask you, like, how were you as a student? Did you know you were, one of the brightest ones? How did you feel about it at that time?
It was always there in my family. My dad, now also, he is a full time JEE maths
Hmm.
lecturer at a reputed institute. So he was teaching maths and physics in the same institute part time. Then he took voluntary retirement from BSNL and now he's teaching full time. That's his story. And he used to solve all these plus one, plus two books and all. When I was in sixth standard, I used to go to him like, all these are chetat, I say, like all these are simple questions. I can also solve. What is there in this? So he used to like challenge me. So in sixth standard, I still remember he challenged me to solve one quadratic equation, some question he challenged me to solve. Then I took the challenge seriously. I went through a couple of examples and I understood like they are dividing this and this, and I got the answer and he gave me 100 rupees or something. So since then he was like, okay, yeah, he's ready. He can go for all this coaching and stuff. So it all started during that time only, sixth standard.
Did you go to any specific coaching institute to prepare for IT? And you said your preparation almost began at the sixth standard. Was it completely prepare
So
at
it
home?
was not preparation exactly. It was like foundation kind of stuff, you can say. So yeah, sixth and seventh standard were playful only. It's not like full on focus study. So exactly it started during my eighth standard, you can say. Oh, DC wala episode mein bana, there are two institutes, Narayana and Sri Chaitanya. So I'm from Narayana basically. And our family life totally revolved around my studies. Till my seventh standard, our whole family was in a city called Warangal. That's like 2 hours away from Hyderabad. And just because I got selected into some institute in Hyderabad, my whole family moved to Hyderabad. Like they've left everything behind. So that's how important my studies were to them. I have a younger sister. Like so, उसका studies भी dependent on my like मैं कौन सी college school में जा रहा हूँ, मैं कौन सी college में जा रहा हूँ, उसको भी वहाँ पे लेके जाना है मुझको. So it was all like that. Like everybody's life was revolving around me, and ये सब उतना दिमाग में नहीं लेता था मैं. I आता भी नहीं है. We were just kids and I used to have fun all the
Mhm.
time. उतना भी सीरियस नहीं हूँ कोचिंग को लेके या फिर किसी चीज को लेके. बट आई यूज टू बी देयर लाइक टॉप रैंक में आ जाता था. आई वॉज दैट काइंड ऑफ अ किड. क्लास में सबको हाय हेलो करता हूँ, सबको फर्स्ट बेंच से लास्ट बेंच तक लेकर सबको सबको जानता हूँ. Everybody knows me and I know everybody. That kind of socializing thing was there within me, which is like, usually top rankers kaise hote, like very introverted, very
Mhm.
studious. So I was totally contrary, like दूसरा side में ही था मैं. And I used to be there. So उसके वजह से I used to have like very less friends. Like some they don't like me. Like how is this guy? He's like going around in the class, going around on school, like सबसे chill कर रहा है. He's getting more marks than me or something. So that thing used to be there during school also. So like I have a very limited friend circle So eighth class में started and 10th standard तक we finished almost 12th class का syllabus. 11th 12th it was just like exams and exams. So from my 8th standard that weekend exam started. So every weekend we have exams. Uska marks, uska tension. So that was it. That's the so everybody feels relieved on Saturdays and Sundays. So it was not the same for for everyone. क्योंकि we have to go and tell our marks in the home. पापा को बताने कि इतना मार्क्स आया ये टेस्ट है and he knows everything, maths, physics, chemistry, what topics, if you can do this topic better you can do that topic better, all this funda he has. So if I somehow don't do well in some topic he's like अच्छा ये नहीं आता तो you can't do that. So it was not like a regular father son conversation. It's always revolving around the studies. And our relationship used to be like so differentiation chapter तक हो गया 10th तक. So integration so school से फर्क नहीं है like school से मतलब ही नहीं है basically. My dad will teach me anyways. So summer holidays कैसे होता है like we go to our grandparents' house and chill with friends there in the village. So after 10th class also I went there like that only. My father is like, what will you do this summer? Don't just waste the summer. He gave me 12th standard ka integration wali part ka book and he asked me to solve. The book, I don't have any problem in that. I took the book, I started solving. I did one exercise and like gave it to him. I solved one exercise, I'll go and play. Then he shouted at me or something like, what? Only one exercise? Then I understood this. Like every day it's going to be like this. If I don't solve, I took the book one day. I finished all the integration chapters. I gave it. I didn't go to play. That is how our relationship used to be like. Mostly revolving around books. Even in 11th, 12th, he has a part-time job, right? By he part-time teach karta है and he gets lots of doubts from his students. Okay, and I was the one solving all those doubts, not my father. He'll kill me if he listens, but yeah. During my 11th, 12th, it was the scene at my home. Like he gets a lots of questions from the students. All were like delegated to me. Like I just
Mhm.
solve each and each and every one, just give it back. So that was the thing. So 8th, 9th, 10th, I was in Hyderabad, I told, right?
Mhm.
So घर पे ही था, like
Mhm.
whatever fun I had to do, I did. And I was fed up with like same home, same friends, same fun, all of that. I wanted some change. I wanted to go far away from home then only. DC वाले episode में बताया दूसरा college है. So I went there. I was there.
Yeah. Okay.
After 10th, I went there for 3 months
Okay.
max. And I was privileged there also. Like they have this different type of treatment. So when I joined, it was like we used to sleep 24 people in one room, जिसमें दो AC होता था, like 1:12 ratio, AC and student. So that was like prime requirement. Like I grew up in that kind of environment. मुझे चाहिए स्कूल में भी AC होता था लोग, so it didn't. So it was like pretty uncomfortable in the beginning, and then slowly think. So if you can say like 1,500 2,000 people of one batch. I don't know if I can share or not. वहाँ पे सीन ऐसा होता था कि coaching institutes used to offer money to students
Okay.
so that they know they are the rankers.
Okay.
So टॉप रैंकर्स जो होता है दे नो दे आर द रैंकर्स, उसको पैसे देके लेके जाते हैं. सो वैसा था अपने बैच में भी. दे वर थ्रेटनिंग लाइक इफ दिस इज काइंड ऑफ रूम्स वी गेट एंड दिस इज व्हाट काइंड ऑफ स्टडी आवर्स वी गेट. स्टडी आवर्स में एसी नहीं होता था एंड ऑल दिस स्टफ. एंड द अदर इंस्टीट्यूट यूज्ड टू ऑफर लाइक हमारे पास और स्टडी आवर्स में एसी है, बेड में लाइक रूम में
Okay.
अच्छा एसी है. So these are something to lure the students and
Mhm.
parents mainly. Like your kid will enjoy studying here rather than there. Like all this kind of stuff. तो ये झगड़ा होता था एंड देन दे डिसाइडेड ओके रैंकर्स को तो अलग ही ट्रीट करना है. So
Mhm.
that is what kind of mentality they have. So out of the 2,000 people, they have separated some 50-60 people. वहाँ पे 6 people का एक AC रूम में एंड
Oh,
स्टडी आवर्स में भी AC.
okay.
So this is kind of privileged treatment you can say. अच्छा नहीं लगा 6 बजे उठना is very bad concept for me. My dad knew this and he was happy. I was like मैं घर से दूर जाके but my dad was like जाओ आप. बेटा अब तेरे को पता चलेगा 6 बजे उठ के पढ़ना है तेरे को. So he was happy inside. 3 months I was fed up. I can't do this anymore.
Mhm.
Every day morning 6 o'clock, it's not for me. And I intelligently called my dad, told कि नहीं हो रहा है मेरे से. ये 6 बजे उठना नहीं हो रहा है मेरे से. आई कांट डू दिस एनीमोर. आई विल कम होम. वैसे भी सिलेबस ऑलमोस्ट खत्म ही है मेरा. घर बैठ के पढ़ूंगा मैं. आई विल क्लियर इट. माय डैड वाज ओके. यू नो मैं इतना सफर कर रहा हूँ करके बोला कि लाइक ओके कम होम. डोंट थिंक ऑफ एनीथिंग, जस्ट कम. आई डिडंट कॉल माय मॉम. इफ आई कॉल माय मॉम शी विल दो थप्पड़ दे के भाई बैठो, घर मत आओ. शी विल बी लाइक दैट ऑब्वियसली. एंड आई वेंट बैक होम आफ्टर 3 months. जो नारायणा बोला था ना, उसी उसी स्कूल का स्पार्क बैच करके, लाइक इट वाज अ बैच ऑफ 15 people. They are expecting ranks from 15 people. Once I entered the class, we saw everybody were in fun mode for like at least few months.
Mhm.
We used to make a lot of ruckus in the class, like board को तोड़ दिया एक बार फुटबॉल खेलते खेलते अंदर ही अंदर. We used to play football with sharpness and all. That was a stress buster. This was in 11th 12th. Our day was divided into 3 hours of maths, 3 hours of physics, 3 hours of chemistry.
Okay.
No language, Sanskrit or something, no English, no nothing, no other textbooks also.
Mhm.
So problem solve करना was more of an exercise during those
Mhm.
3 hours.
Okay.
So इनके बीच में 1-2 घंटा का ब्रेक मिल. 15 ग्रुप ऑफ 15 वर इन द क्लास. फ्लोर में एक एक क्लास में 100-150 लोग होते थे. उनसे ज्यादा आवाज करते, शोर शोर करते थे. So many complaints used to come, like 15 people है. And you say these are the toppers. इतना noise करते, इतना शोर करते हैं, कैसे लोग हैं? And after few months, like people were like चिढ़ जाता था. Like okay, if I'm going to them, be like okay, don't come. I'm studying. Please don't disturb. ऐसे वाले सीन हो जाता था. So I used to be that kind of a kid. So my main problem during all this phase, like it's good that I am way ahead of so many people. So, मैं जब तीन तीन महीने वही वहाँ पे था ना, श्री चैतन्य इंस्टीट्यूट. सो वहाँ पे लोगों को इंटीग्रेशन डिफरेंशिएशन नहीं आता था. So I used to be the first to go and like solve the problems on board if teacher asked, because मेरे को सबसे पहले हो जाता था वो. So all these things I used to do, but at what cost? That is the
Okay.
question,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
At what cost? So मेरा 8th standard से ही शुरू है. वॉट एवर आई टोल्ड नाउ, 3 hours मैथ्स, 3 hours फिजिक्स, 3 hours केमिस्ट्री. दिस वॉज नॉट जस्ट 11th 12th. इट वॉज हैपनिंग सिंस माई एज, बट नॉट एट दिस वॉल्यूम. मे बी वहाँ पे ज़्यादा फोकस मैथ्स फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री पे था. And subjects, other subjects like social sciences or languages, all these things, they used to like not prioritize. So that was there, and everything was revolving around those weekend tests. Saturday Sunday जो टेस्ट लगाया जाता है. So it was mostly like Saturday को पूरा वीक जो पढ़ा है Saturday को टेस्ट है. That is every week test. And Sunday को cumulative test or something it was used to happen. अभी तक जो भी पढ़ा है पूरा सिलेबस उसमें कवर हो जाता है. So these two tests were like, oh, how do it? So I went to sports, right? Before
Yeah.
that, before my 12th, I don't know what is football properly. Like, अच्छा,
Mhm.
why do people play football? So because I used to play cricket, I was coached to play cricket बचपन में.
Mhm.
एंड बस वो एक ही स्पोर्ट है, बाकी सब बेकार है ऐसा लगता था. दैट वाज माय फीलिंग. सो ओनली चांस वी गेट टू प्ले क्रिकेट वाज वीकेंड्स. संडे मॉर्निंग टेस्ट होता है एंड आई यूज्ड टू हैव द बैट. तो माय डैड गॉट फ्रॉम कश्मीर व्हेन ही यूज्ड टू वर्क देयर. वो बहुत झगड़ा करके सो दैट वाज हाउ मच आई लव क्रिकेट बैक. सो मेरे पास बैट होता था. सो आई हैव टू गेट द बैट आउट. सबका टेस्ट खत्म है एंड वी ऑल प्लान, दे ऑल आर वेटिंग आउटसाइड माय हाउस, माय फ्रेंड्स. मैं बैट लेके आता था, ग्राउंड चले जाते हैं, क्रिकेट खेलते हैं. सो दैट इज द प्लान. बट व्हाट हैपेंस इज लाइक आफ्टर द टेस्ट वी कैलकुलेट आवर मार्क्स, राइट? कितना नंबर कितना आ रहा है, दैट काइंड ऑफ स्टफ. मैं डैड संडे को तो घर पे ही होते हैं. मैं स्लोली जाता हूँ, पेपर रखता हूँ, स्लोली बैट उठाता हूँ, अंदर से आवाज आता है, कितने मार्क्स आए. सो दैट मोमेंट वाज लाइक ओके. अच्छा नंबर आया तो मैं चिल्ला के बोल देता हूँ आप बहुत अच्छा है, बैट लेके चले जाता हूँ, लाइक एवरीवन इज हैप्पी. लेकिन इट विल नॉट बी द सेम ऑल द टाइम, राइट? एक ही बार कुछ कम आया मार्क, बताया मैं, कम आया मार्क, सो तुरंत आ जाता है अंदर ही अंदर का रिजल्ट, एंड देख लेते हैं, एंड यू वांट टू प्ले क्रिकेट इवन आफ्टर दिस मार्क्स। सो ऐसे वाले वो ताने तो होते ही रहते घर में, माय फ्रेंड्स आर वेटिंग आउटसाइड, सो दिस वाज लाइक, सो इवन व्हेन आई एम राइटिंग द टेस्ट इन द मॉर्निंग, पता चल जाता है कम आता है, इसमें मार्क्स कम आ रहे हैं मुझे। व्हेन यू राइट द टेस्ट यू विल फील दैट फीलिंग हुई कि क्रिकेट कैसे खेलूं घर पे, क्या बताऊं। आई वांट टू आस्क यू, लाइक डिड यू फिल योर ओन एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म फॉर जेई?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it was not like that for us. So we were so privileged. Everything was like spoon fed for us. Like it was there on the table. So they just collected some basic details from us and filled out all the exam, like any सब सारे exam, like JEE हो गया, AEEE, सारे state का MCET, WMCET, BITSAT, जो भी है, like wherever they can get the ranks. So that is their marketing strategy, right? So they want ranks, they
Okay.
want to publish, they want that publicity. So everything they used to put in their hands. So even before us, they know our ranks. So they are the first ones to tell our ranks. So it was like proper system.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow is our JEE exam. We don't have our hall tickets. And the only thing we know from our hall ticket is center कहाँ पे है. वो तो बोल देते हैं. So your center is this, your center is that. So that we can plan our way to the exam center. So 11, so tomorrow is exam, and the day before, like they asked us to like leave everything, leave the books aside. Let's go to a temple. So that final step of that puja, what they
Mm-hmm.
started in the college, they took us there. It was like a hill where the Lord Shiva का hill जो भी था, so वहाँ पे लेके गए. It was like an outing for us. So
Mm-hmm.
in 2 3 cars, they fitted all us, like सारे kids को बिठाया, एक principal का कार में, टीचर का कार में, something like that. They took us there. Okay, 2 साल किया जो भी किया तुम लोग. Tomorrow is your exam. Like that was kind of good only. Like they took us on an outing. It was not. They are not even like नहीं अब rank नहीं लाएगा तू. It was not like that, right? They've treated us so well. They've done all puja whatever, and they've took us on an. I was enjoying, chilling. We were having fun there also. We were clicking pictures. Tomorrow is exam. वो वाला tension ही नहीं, कल देखा जाएगा. अब हम बाहर आए हैं, फोटो लेते हैं, मस्ती करते हैं monkeys के साथ. Whatever, it was like fun. And on
And
the exam
I'm
day,
assuming कि you must have enjoyed that day the most पूरे competition में जितना preparation की.
no, so that is what I'm saying. For me, if you ask, there was no pressure. The
Hmm.
only pressure I felt during the whole preparation was that Sunday, every Sunday. एग्जाम की टेंशन तो बिल्कुल नहीं होता था. बस घर पे मार्क्स बता के क्रिकेट खेलना है, कैसे खेलना है, ये वाला टेंशन ज्यादा होता था. So we went. So एग्जाम के दिन,
Yep, I'll ask कि how was the exam day experience?
so the exam day experience was, that was the only day where I saw my dad. So my dad is that, so every dad is like that only. Continuous ताना देना, like कुछ ना कुछ बोलना है. Then only they'll get that sukoon, peace or whatever. So, but on the day of the exam, me, my dad, my mom, we were going. But I was silent, kind of like, okay, it's your day. I will not tell anything. I will not say a single thing. You just have it. So that was very peaceful. It was a peaceful drive to the exam center. I was happy. My dad just said all the best or something. That nothing. He didn't speak a word on that day. He usually speaks a lot. Like मुझे डांटता रहता continuous. So I went. एग्जाम दिया. फर्स्ट पेपर के बाद वो मैथ्स पेपर खोला मेरा. He was checking all the questions. हाँ करा होगा. So I was expecting like full 80 on 80 in the first paper maths. केमिस्ट्री लाइक आता है, मैथ्स तो आना चाहिए. सो आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग 80 80. आई वाज लाइक, माय डैड सॉ वन, इफ यू रिमेंबर देयर वाज वन क्वेश्चन वेयर क्वेश्चन वाज रॉन्ग, गलती था. एंड वी आर दैट इतना प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करके रखा है. आई अंडरस्टूड द क्वेश्चन इज रॉन्ग, क्वेश्चन को करेक्ट किया, व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर, वी पुट दैट आंसर एंड केम लाइक जस्ट इन केस. सो इतना क्वेश्चन तो सॉल्व कर चुका है तब तक.
Mhm.
So my dad was like, okay, good, fine. He was proud, like only one proud moment. This was morning scene. रात का लगे. सेकंड पेपर भी also it was like आ सकता है most probably full marks आ सकता है मैथ्स में. I was giving hopes. Okay, exam was peace only. So it was just I was, let me tell you this, I was kind of relieved. I'm getting relieved. So I'm like इतने साल every Sunday I'm like constant pressure होता था. टेस्ट होता है, मार्क्स आता है, फिर क्रिकेट खेलूँ या ना खेलूँ. So this thing from today it will not be there in my life.
Hmm.
So this is the last test. After this test, I'll not give any test. I'll not calculate any scores. I'll enjoy my life. So this was my mindset before giving the exam. So it's not the same for everyone. This is what about it. तो मेरे दिमाग में वही चलता था लाइक ओके लास्ट टाइम, इसके बाद मैं एग्जाम नहीं दूंगा, हो गया, इसके बाद
The only
ऑनलाइन
motivation to मतलब sit for
और
IIT is
कुछ
to get out of study वाला schedule.
वो वाला वो लूप से बाहर आना है मुझे.
Hmm.
So it was like just another weekend because since my age standard every weekend is a test. So it's like ये weekend है मूवी चलते हैं वैसे वाला सीन नहीं है हमारे. वीकेंड टेस्ट मार्क्स गाली या फिर ओके अच्छा है तो ओके बिरयानी का वॉट समथिंग दैट इज क्लोज. अगर बुरा है तो गाली 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 दैट इज आवर लाइफ बेसिकली.
The मतलब you're from the eighth standard onwards, you're only associating weekends with
यस
exams,
दैट्स
with tests. कि और कुछ है ही नहीं लाइफ में. Okay.
नो मूवीज नो समथिंग ऐसा कुछ सीन ही नहीं था.
Hmm.
इफ वी गेट लकी वी माइट गो टू सम मूवी.
Hmm.
वो भी कैसे मूवीज लाइक माय डैड voluntarily took us to watch Three Idiots. So
Hmm. Okay.
usually there's no movie.
Hmm.
थ्री इडियट्स को तो लाइक सबने बोला होगा लाइक इंजीनियरिंग लाइफ और
Hmm.
ऐसे ऐसे लेके गया. ही वॉज नॉट दैट इम्प्रेस्ड विथ ऑल द कैरेक्टर्स ऑब्वियसली. एंड तो एक्चुअली जेई का दिन इट वाज नॉट दैट बैड. सो एग्जाम के बाद वी हैव टू गिव आवर पेपर्स टू कॉलेज में लेक्चरर्स जो भी they'll correct it. So we have to mark our answers, whatever we put. They'll calculate the marks accordingly. First paper I told na, I can get 80 out of 80.
Hmm.
So my maths teacher was like very surprised, like not surprised but happy. Okay, all correct, all correct. First page all correct, second page all correct. Third page में चला गया. It was some passage or something. If the question is correct, you will get +5. If it's wrong, you get -2 or something. And I was so overconfident. Some determinants or something it was there. So answer should be like इतना question solve कर चुके हैं हम. I got so overconfident. +1 0 -1 or 0 1 -1. So it was something like that. So मैं ऊपर ऊपर से without even solving I just put यही हो और क्या होगा. I saw he put -2 -2 -2 saw it. Those were the only three questions that were going wrong. So like that's the drastic change, right? How much is it? If it's plus 15 minus 6, right? 21 marks I lost just because of my overconfidence. 21 marks is like way too big, right?
Hmm.
He started pinching me, idiot. he, he got so frustrated. Like, you could have got full marks, you lost 21 marks just like that. रात को घर जाके बता कि इतना मार्क्स आ रहा है एंड ऑल. ओके यू विल गेट रैंक. ओके फाइन कम स्लीप. तो दैट वाज इट. लाइक इट वाज नॉट इतना भी ग्लोरीफाई करने वाला चीज भी नहीं है बिकॉज फुल पाथ इज ऑलरेडी लेड आउट
Hmm.
for us. So it's not easy. So I had one heated argument with my mom during my college or something. Like I got this IIT rank. What did you do?
Hmm.
So, some kind of, not exactly this, some on these lines something. So my mom was like, "You got this rank just because of us, our prayers and our hard work. You idiot! You didn't do anything." Like, okay, I can give you that. It's all because it's the path they have laid. I didn't do anything. I attribute all this to
Their
their
prayers.
yeah.
So yeah, you have answered most of my questions without even me asking them. So right, I'll just ask about a couple of days then. You said about the IT experience, day experience. Then एक दिन होता है ना कि IT results आते हैं. So I can understand कि you got to know from the institute itself. So what was that day like, and were there any celebrations for that day?
मेरा उतना भी बड़ा अच्छा रैंक नहीं आया जिसमें क्रैकर्स फोड़ेंगे उस दिन. आई जस्ट गॉट अ रैंक एंड इट वाज जस्ट दैट. वन थिंग आई कैन से इज लाइक ड्यूरिंग आवर प्रिपरेशन how was it like? What if I ask you what was your expectation? कौन से रैंक आएगा तुम्हारा?
मेरा कोई
ये दिन
एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं था। आई वाज लाइक कि हुआ हुआ, मतलब मुझे था कि 3 एग्जाम्स देने हैं, तो एक है आईआईटी, एक है दिस एआई ट्रिपल ई, एक है कि वेस्ट बंगाल जॉइंट एंट्रेंस कुछ होता था। तो आई न्यू कि ये नहीं हुआ तो ये चले जाएंगे, ये नहीं हुआ तो ये चले जाएंगे, इट्स लाइक 3 ऑप्शन है मेरे पास। एंड आई न्यू कि क्या उतना लेवल ऑफ एग्जाम्स तो आ ही जाना चाहिए कि कहीं पे हो जाए। एंड आई वाज नॉट इवन वरीड कि क्या आईआईटी नहीं हुआ, ये हुआ, ठीक है जेयू में चले जाएंगे, फ्रेंड्स हैं उधर भी, फ्रेंड्स हैं मिल जाएंगे, कोलकाता में रहेंगे, ऐसे था मेरा। बट हाँ, टॉकिंग अबाउट यू।
या सो ये वाला सोच जो है लाइक it is how it should be, at least if you ask me like ठीक है ये नहीं तो ये नहीं, like we didn't have any option, like ये आ जाना चाहिए, like that was by default, हो जाएगा, कुछ ना कुछ तो आ जाएगा, but if you ask कौन से रैंक आएगा, when I was in 11th 12th we only had one state thing like top 40 रैंक आना चाहिए, आईआईटी बॉम्बे सीएसई और कुछ नहीं, so this is the level of expectation
ओके।
around us. When I was preparing there na, in Vijayawada, like where DCA studied, 3 महीने के लिए I was there and I made some good friends like Manikanta. So when I was leaving, me and Manikanta had a discussion like small कि okay, I'm leaving, I'm going to another institute, okay, whatever it might be. We both decided कि we'll get top 40 rank, we'll meet again in IIT Bombay CSE done. So that is what we planned and काफी अच्छे दोस्त थे, like we've written exchange some letters during we didn't have any cell phones and all, so summer में we just wrote one letter or something, so ऐसे communication था हमारे बीच में, but we didn't speak on phone or something. The day we got the result, and not even the day we got the day we got allotted the branch and all. So he called me or I called him. I don't remember exactly, but we are speaking like कहाँ हुआ तेरा, like I got IIT Kharagpur से, like so मेरा भी IIT Kharagpur से. So that's he got there because I'm speaking for him. He got there because his Jyotish, like that fortune teller will tell. He somehow said, join your kid in electronics, he'll do good. So that's how we got there. Like
नाइस।
all types of funny stories you'll get from all of us, man. Weird stories. So मेरा story ये था कि so as I told, top 40 आना है. That's the only target. We were so confident. But during my 12th last days, even while filling the JE form, I gave my category as general. I could have availed OBC, but I have given general. नहीं चाहिए यार, top 40 आने वाले. And
नाइस।
during my last days, I started getting less marks. Test every weekend test में कम marks आ रहे थे. And उसके वजह से I couldn't even watch the World Cup, man. Because I'm getting less marks. My father used to give left and right. So left and right, not physically, but डांट पड़ते थे हमेशा. Like it was not stable. So वो state of mind में you can't even watch cricket. So ऐसा state था. My dad got tensed like क्या अगर इसको अच्छा नहीं रैंक आया, अच्छा रैंक नहीं आया तो अच्छा नहीं होगा. So he mailed IIT Chennai or some. They were conducting the test. कि by mistake we didn't avail OBC. Please avail OBC for this subject. So that was the level of confidence my dad had after seeing that marks. Like, okay. I was angry. Like he first he didn't ask me. He did it. Then he told me or something like that. I was angry. Like मुझे नहीं चाहिए all this reservation and all. Why are you doing all this? And after during the day result आ रहा है. We were checking by ourselves. Usually institute will tell
हाँ
to all the people in the hostel and all. I was at home only. So laptop खोल के बैठा है, like, number मार रहा है, चेक कर रहा है. After 2 3 tries, I got my rank. So it was loading.
हाँ
सो ऊपर से आ रहा है, मेरा फोटो आया, मेरा नाम आया, रोल नंबर आया, धीरे धीरे आ रहा है, रैंक सम 4000 आया. आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग 40. 4000 चला. So it was not shock because we calculated all the marks and all. Just exaggerating, like 40 से 4000 आया. My dad was like, okay, rank आया 4000, okay, good. Still loading because we don't know if that OBC rank is going to come or not. That he just tried होगा तो अच्छा है, नहीं तो नहीं, ठीक है। एंड नीचे आया आया आया, ओबीसी रैंक भी आया, लाइक सम 600 or something. So my dad is, disappointed in me as usual. So 4000 रैंक से बाहर बता नहीं सकते क्या बेटा, इतना पढ़ाई किया, इतना टॉपर था, बट 4000 है। सो ही डिसाइडेड टू टेल 600 समथिंग वाज माय रैंक. It's his rank. He'll not tell category and all. He got 600 rank. But I was feeling bad. That's not my actual rank. Now people will see me like this. 600 rank करे, क्या है ये and all. But yeah, he is disappointed, and I was disappointed because he is disappointed, and it's all well. But I was more sad because he didn't accept that reality. Ki so this is the same person. I'll come back to it later. Same person when I said I'll drop out from college is 600 rank बाहर बता है क्योंकि he cares about that society वाला thing, what people will think and all. So that thought was there. The same person when I said I'll drop out from the college, he didn't even utter a word. He's like, okay, come home.
Hmm. Okay.
So like they have that insight, but होगा तो अच्छा है, नहीं हो रहा है चलो ठीक है. So they have that love
Hmm.
towards you. They show it differently, I guess. I don't know. So for
Yeah.
that 3 years, 3 or 4 years, I was like, what? My dad is not accepting me. He doesn't love me. I was living that kind of delusion. And once I said I'll drop out, and he agreed. Like, how? I thought you'll not agree.
है लेवल ऑफ स्ट्रेस ऑन स्टूडेंट्स, वो तो है ही, मतलब एक लेवल ऑफ प्रेशर ऑन पेरेंट्स भी आता है कि ओके स्टूडेंट्स नहीं कर पाया तो यू नो व्हाट विल आई से टू द सोसाइटी, दैट लेवल इज ओके, इट्स वेरी यूनिक, मतलब हाँ, कमिंग फ्रॉम दैट पर्सपेक्टिव अभी समझ में आ रहा है कि ओके व्हाई आवर
Yeah.
पेरेंट्स यूज्ड टू बिहेव लाइक दैट।
We were checking departments like कौन सी कॉलेज में क्या आएगा. सो माय एम वाज लाइक आईआईटी बॉम्बे को, जो भी सीएससी नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक है फाइन. बॉम्बे में और क्या आ सकता है इस रैंक के. आई वाज गेटिंग केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग, एरोस्पेस इंजीनियरिंग, समथिंग लाइक एरोस्पेस, लाइक साउंडेड वेरी गुड. What we know, what those branches are about and what subjects are there, we don't know anything. I was like, aerospace is sounding good. I'll take aerospace. My dad is like, he has students network all over IITs क्योंकि उसका स्टूडेंट्स गए हुआ है वहाँ पे, एंड ही इज कॉलिंग देम एंड आस्किंग मी टू टॉक टू देम. मेरे तो वो सीन नहीं है, लाइक आई डिडंट वांट टू नो एनीथिंग. आई के नाम अच्छा लगा चले जाता हूँ, क्या है, आई जस्ट वांटेड दैट. लाइक कोई पूछ रहा है क्या कर रहे थे, आईआईटी बॉम्बे एरोस्पेस, क्या सुनने में कितना मस्त लग रहा है.
सो कूल।
So I was that, and he made me speak to all those seniors. They're like, aerospace, you can't get a direct job. You have to do masters after this, and then also you don't get a job. So I understood it was all about getting a job in the end. That's when I got to know. Okay, we have to get a job after this, but it was not on my mind only. Like कि अभी तक बहुत हो गया. आई वॉज नॉट एबल टू एक्सप्लोर फुल्ली. आई एक्सप्लोर एज एन एंजॉय. मेरा full potential I was not able to enjoy. I don't know. So I should go somewhere where I can find all this stuff which I lost all these years. I want to play, I want to do stuff. So only that thing was on my mind. It's not like I need to get a job, I need to get good marks there also. All these things were not there in my mind. So this was there. Aerospace cut gaya because they were saying all these things. It was okay for me. Okay. It is there. If you don't get a job, okay, you'll do something like interesting. It was fine for me, but my dad was like, okay, no opportunities, no, cancel, cancel, cancel. Somehow he came with somebody told there's electronics in IIT Kharagpur. My dad asked me seriously, you don't do that good in physics. Are you okay in taking electronics? क्या फर्क पड़ता है, like anywhere it will be there, like any branch you go, some physics will be there in it. It doesn't matter, I guess. I say he doesn't know, I can't explain it to him because I don't want to do, I'm not doing. It's not like I can't do something. We can't go and tell all these things like okay, whatever. Then I gave it to him, decide whatever you want. Okay, electronics, you want me to do electronics, I get it. Because I was getting CSC in Guwahati or something. It was just distance. Like it was so far from home, आने जाने में थोड़ा दिक्कत होता है. But had I known Guwahati is has so beautiful campus, I would have gone there. ये नहीं पता था मुझे, like Guwahati क्या है, like ऐसे सोचा था. And Kharagpur I said okay because I googled quick Google, पता चला कि biggest campus. लाइक बहुत लाइक इतना
हम्म,
बड़ा कैंपस है, खेलने के लिए बहुत कुछ होगा। एंड ऐसे लाइक खेलने के लिए बहुत कुछ होगा। आई गो देयर ओनली, इट्स माय बिगेस्ट कैंपस है, बहुत लंबा होगा। एंड फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर आई डिड ऑल दैट ओनली, साइकिल
yeah.
पे पूरा
Mhm.
घूमने का। सो दैट वाज माय इंटेंशन बिहाइंड जॉइनिंग केजी।
Yeah, so that was a great ending to the first section of the podcast. Now we'll move on to the next, which is life at IIT, which is where I got to know you. You were in my department. Also, we were in the same hall together, second year onwards. तो ठीक है, मतलब वो पूछता हूँ कि फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हाउ वाज द फर्स्ट डे लाइक, मतलब यू हैव स्टडीड रिगोरसली, फिर आईआईटी मिला, एंड देन यू एंटर अ न्यू वर्ल्ड, राइट? वो वाला फीलिंग कैसा था?
A small correction, I didn't study rigorously.
मतलब हाँ, बस एक लेवल ऑफ प्रिपरेशन से देन, मतलब ओके, वो संडे वाला फीलिंग धीरे धीरे जाने लगा। हाँ, सो लेट्स से फाइनली यू मेड इट टू केजीपी, उसके बाद वाला फीलिंग क्या था, स्पेशली फर्स्ट डे?
First day, so my dad was so impressed by TGH. He liked TGH very much.
अच्छा, द गेस्ट हाउस
And the
होता है
guest house,
केजीपी
he
का।
made all the bookings. He was
हाँ,
excited. Okay, we are going to the TGH because he read some good things about TGH or some senior has told. So gaya, he was happily chilling in the hotel. He's having that buffet and all. He's not. He doesn't care about anything. Okay, we are here finally somehow. And while coming to the KGP, it was on train from our, because the whole family is coming and flights and all बहुत महंगा पड़ता है full family के लिए. So everybody chose trains. And out of the 15 people I've told, three people came there KGP. Okay, and so all three families are together in the train. We had fun like 24-hour journey from our place to KGP. 24 hours we had fun in the train. We came there, and for me it was different because I had friends from their other college also, Sri Chaitanya. So from there by some 70 odd people had joined KGP. उसमें से 20-30 लोग को तो मैं जानता ही हूँ. So I was excited, more excited to meet all those guys again. Manikanta hai. We never thought, like we thought we'll meet in IIT Bombay, but KGP मिल रहा है. And all these things. First day I went and said hi or Mila ki nahi. I think we met at the department orientation, whatever was happening. And after that orientation, my dad was like, okay, you have to study this. I was not ready to listen. I don't want to study anymore. बहुत हो गया अभी. अभी तक जो भी पढ़ा काफी है. I don't want to study. But yeah, my dad enjoyed it a lot more than me. It was not so special for me, but it was for my dad. That much I can say.
Nice. तो लिटिल साइड नोट यहाँ पे, तो अभिषेक स्पोक अबाउट टेक मार्केट। केजीपी का बहुत ही क्रेजी सा नेमिंग कल्चर था, मतलब वट एवर यूज टू बी इनसाइड द कैंपस, वो सब कुछ के पहले टेक लगा देते वो लोग। मतलब मार्केट हो, भले ही वो सब्जी मिल रहा हो, टेक मार्केट, भले ही देयर अ ड्रामेटिक सोसाइटी जिसमें लोग हिंदी इंग्लिश बंगाली सब टाइप के ड्रामेटिक्स करते हैं, टेक सोसाइटी ड्रामेटिक्स, टीडीएस।
TDA.
तो दैट वाज द कॉन्फ्यूजन। ऐसा नहीं कि टेक मार्केट में बस टेक की चीजें मिल रही हैं, इट्स अ वेरी हाई फाई मार्केट, कुछ नहीं है। हम लोग कपड़े सिलवाने जाते थे यार। And now you're in KGP. How do you find the IT culture like? Matlab, I'm guessing कि you're coming here to have fun. So did you find fun in KGP?
Yeah, it was first year, but it was tough to find that right avenues for fun because it's mostly exploring. Because I'm getting rejected in all the societies stuff. So that was first thing we have, and I didn't have that exposure. Like I am a social person kind of. मैं जाके सबको like उंगली करता हूँ, that kind of social, like not like go and do small talk properly, like you converse properly. ये सब नहीं होता था because that was not even in our curriculum. If you can see from age standard, it's only math, physics, chemistry. There's no English or something. We're not very exposed to the
Mhm.
outside society. That much I can say. So even then, my friends were doing good in the societies and all. I was not able to. मैं कहीं पे जाता हूँ, they'll ask some question, I'm like very honestly saying everything and I'm getting rejected. This was my everyday scene for like first 2-3 days. Then I NSO, NSS. एनसीसी का स्टेट सिलेक्शन चल रहा था ना. सो आई ओनली नो क्रिकेट, कुछ नहीं आता मेरे को. नहीं, like so, like I said, JEE preparation हो रहा है, JEE होना ही है, like it's given. So with that confidence I went, I took the ball. तो होना ही था, क्रिकेट बचपन से खेल रहा हूँ, क्या है इसमें. And we are not practicing only, right? So हुआ मेरे से, I was not even warmed up and I put a full toss and I asked coach one more ball and that also went full toss. It was on wicket only, like kind of Yorker, but it was not falling properly. So he was like, okay, well, last ball, if you do this correctly, then do, then other. Third ball also, I didn't do well. Like, I was like, all my life, I know only cricket and I'm not getting selected. So I didn't want to give up. I said I can bat as well. घंटा आता है. मैं हेलमेट पहना, पैड वैड पहना एंड आई एम जस्ट डिफेंडिंग वॉट एवर इट कम्स में. लाइक okay, this is basic stuff anybody can do. You're not good enough to be in NSO. Like I can keep as well. I was so desperate. I wore the wicket keeper gloves and helmet से कुछ नहीं दिख रहा मेरे को. Like I was not able to catch a single ball. It was so bad and I was like went into existential crisis straight away. Like क्या है, like कुछ नहीं आता मेरे को. क्या जिंदगी है भाई. I was so depressed that day. Next day morning I woke up. I decided I will not play cricket.
Mm-hmm.
It's done. I will play all other sports but cricket. That is what I took that resolution. And one of my friend, उसका भाई था, उसका भाई was in hockey. So उसके पास गया. नेक्स्ट डे एनएसओ ट्रायल्स फॉर हॉकी वर देयर और समथिंग. ड्रिबलिंग सीख लिया, क्या है, ऐसे ऐसे पकड़ना है, ऐसे ऐसे करना है. लकीली वी गॉट सेलेक्टेड इन दैट एनएसओ हॉकी एंड दैट्स वेयर हाउ इट स्टार्टेड. लाइक हॉकी खेला, फिर हॉकी के बाद फुटबॉल खेला एंड ऑल अदर स्पोर्ट्स. सो दैट इज माय स्टार्टिंग ऑफ, लाइक क्रिकेट में रिजेक्ट हुआ तभी जाके मैं
क्रिकेट को ही रिजेक्ट कर दिया।
मैं क्रिकेट को रिजेक्ट. So that was the funny story man. Like बाद में जाके खेला फिर क्रिकेट, इतना भी बुरा नहीं हूँ मैं. सो आई हॉल में खेला थोड़ा बहुत क्रिकेट एंड ऑल. या बट बाकी सब स्पोर्ट्स अच्छा लगा मुझे. सो आई फील कि अगर मैं ये सब बचपन में ही कर लेता, सो इट वुड हैव नॉट बीन लाइक. मेरा फीलिंग ऐसा था कि क्या है ये इतना अच्छा चीज, आई कुडंट डू ऑल माय चाइल्डहुड, हाउ डिड आई मिस. एंड आई वाज ओवरवेल्म्ड विद ऑल दैट न्यू स्पोर्ट्स, न्यू स्टफ एंड आई इन्वेस्टेड ऑल माय टाइम इन दैट ओनली. सो ट्रिपल में इफ यू सी मी, मॉर्निंग मॉर्निंग से शुरू हो जाता है कुछ ना कुछ प्रैक्टिस एंड आफ्टर द क्लासेस फुल डे यू विल सी मी इन द ग्राउंड ओनली. 1 hour आई बी प्लेइंग वॉलीबॉल, 1 hour आई बी प्लेइंग क्रिकेट समवेयर एंड रात को पूरा फुटबॉल खेलता था. एंड इफ यू सी मी इन द बास्केटबॉल कोर्ट आई विल बी देयर 3 o'clock नाइट. एंड
And
it was like that.
हाँ, तो एक इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट, आई डोंट नो इफ आई सेड इट टू यू एट दैट टाइम और नॉट, मुझे आई यूज्ड टू लव गोइंग टू योर रूम. टू रीजंस. एक था कि आई नेवर सॉ यू ओपनिंग अ बुक. नेवर, मतलब भले ही एग्जाम्स कल हो, परसों हो या आज हो गया हो, तो इट्स नेवर सॉ एनी बुक्स. एंड इट वाज नॉट इवन लाइक आई नेवर सॉ यू ओपनिंग अ बुक इन योर टेबल ऑल्सो. यू डिडंट हैव एनी बुक्स. इट वाज लाइक कि भाई ये तो अलग ही दुनिया में है एंड आई शुड बिकम मोर लाइक हिम. मतलब एक तो it was just
That
that,
is
मतलब
true.
whenever you are available, that was another point कि हाँ, whenever you are available, love to go to your room. नहीं तो मैं ऊपर से देख रहा हूँ कि ओके ग्राउंड में खेल रहा है. तो केजीपी का ये अच्छा था कि हर हॉस्टल में इतना स्पेस है भाई. हर हॉस्टल में देयर इज टू बी अ क्रिकेट ग्राउंड, देयर इज टू बी अ फुटबॉल ग्राउंड. मतलब तुम खेलो. एंड आई थिंक इट वाज मेड फॉर यू. तो you loved it. मतलब I also thought मतलब I was not that great at sports. थोड़ा सा हॉकी खेला था सेकेंड ईयर में. That is it. उसके बाद I went to do something else. But हाँ, again loved going to your.
There was one more reason if you remember or not. We were lab partners, you remember?
हाँ, एक लैब में yes.
It's okay if you don't remember because I didn't contribute so much to the fight.
Okay, I chose you as a lab partner because I was mostly curious कि ये काम कैसे करता है. I was like, चल एक, मतलब डिफरेंट डिफरेंट लैब पार्टनर्स आई हैड. मतलब एक ज्यादा स्टूडियोज, एक एक सिमिलर लेवल का जो हम लोग पढ़ाई करते थे. एक आई चोज यू एज वेल कि हाँ देखते हैं कि इसका कल्चर कैसे मिक्स होता है. सो आई ट्राइड डिफरेंट थिंग्स बट डिड नॉट वर्क आउट.
So I we didn't have that culture also, I guess.
Hmm.
तुम लोग का ये होता था ना, laboratory in 11th 12th होता था.
Hmm. Yep,
We used
yep.
to write records and all.
Hmm.
We didn't have that.
Hmm.
So we have the practicals exam जिसके लिए we don't write the record. We just
Okay.
buy it.
Okay.
Or somebody used to write because we don't have, we should not waste our time writing all the sleeves.
Hmm.
That is what them इतना क्या बोलते हैं, इतना privileged है कि, so if you think that as a privilege then the joke's on.
Hmm.
So I felt bad after that because I don't know how to write a record.
Hmm.
First thing, because I never wrote one. And lab में जाके perform करे बोले तो कुछ, we just have to attend, and I don't know, we just got full marks in the practicals, which we never did. So it was like that, like given for these students, just ignore them, like they will. So it was सर जगह ऐसे कोटा में भी ऐसे होगा शायद, I don't know. So I don't know how to write a record. So I just came to you like, भाई तेरा रिकॉर्ड दे दे, मैं छाप लूंगा, उससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कर पाऊंगा मैं. And there was this president, Gymkhana president. So this professor, he was like full savage going on. सारे records उसके टेबल पे है, हमारे भी है. And he is looking at the record. He is calling out the name and asking which institute. Narayana Sri Chaitanya. He was that savage. मतलब मेरा फट रहा है भाई, मैं, if you give answer Narayana Sri Chaitanya, he'll throw the record in the face or something, like he'll just call, say some things and let you know. If you say Narayan, it was one kind of tantrum, and if you say Sri Chaitanya, it was another. Something it was there, but so I studied from both institutes. What should I say? So this was my thought back then. But the actual question is like, it's very bad. Ki you should know how to write a record, because when you do some experiment, this is how you should present or something. That's some basic thing you need to know, and we didn't have that. At least for me, I don't know
It's
about
not your fault मतलब वो सिस्टम ही सेटअप है इन अ वे कि यू डोंट लर्न एंड यू मतलब एक्टिवली अवॉइडेड कि हाँ इंस्टीट्यूट फिल्टर आउट कर देता था तुम लोगों को बस एमपीसी एक का एग्जाम है मतलब एमपीसी ही पढ़ो नथिंग एल्स उसके बाद
yeah.
क्या होगा यू यू फिगर इट आउट एंड यू डिड इन अ वे तो ठीक है अभी I'll ask you about a little bit of a different culture topic which is food मतलब I think it was your first time visiting Bengal right how did you find the food.
For me, it was not like, I don't feel that homesick a lot. घर को मिस नहीं करता, and any food is fine because he was playing a lot. तो भूख लगता है बहुत. तो कुछ भी खा लेता हूँ. So it was never bad thing for me, and also उतना ज़्यादा पैसा नहीं होता था कि रोज कैंटीन में जाके खाओ. उतना ही होता. So whatever pocket money I used to get, एक दो दिन में खत्म हो जाते हैं. बाकी सारे दिन चुपचाप मेस में खाओ. So whatever is there, I started loving it. Like, so वहाँ पे रहना है. So I just started eating it. Whenever fish was there in the mess, I used to be excited. I want that fish, and I eat a lot of breakfast. So वैसे uh, like people complain a lot कि दाल अच्छा नहीं है, वो अच्छा नहीं है. Like I didn't complain.
Hmm.
I was hungry. I'll just eat whatever you give. I'll eat. उतना ही है मैं. Food के लिए no complaints at all. I used to love the food.
And also, I remember कि you took up a lot of activities जिसमें you know music, you played drums. भले I did not like it because my room was almost very close to common room तो drums के आवाज आ रहे हैं पूरा रात भर. But okay, डोर वोर बंद करके सो जाता था मैं कैसे भी. But then it was very interesting कि हाँ ये इतने sort of interests you had मतलब एक तो music हो गया and then you had football, you know, hockey and sports एक तरीके का हो गया. But it did not मतलब materialize in a way कि जैसे I heard and also you spoke about it to me earlier कि you broke your leg as well, right?
First, I'll just get into why I did all those
Yeah.
rather than why I broke my leg. तो होना ही था. इतना खेलता था. So it was like, so first year I told. So there's nothing on my mind. I'll do whatever I want. I'll just enjoy. I'll have fun. This was there, and I did that. I lived up to my word. I had a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends. Already बहुत सारे थे. I just multiplied. So everybody knows me. So ऐसा था, first semester चला गया, and suddenly exams came and everybody एग्जाम के पहले बैठ के रट रहा है, कुछ भी कर रहा है. एंड आई वाज, भाई इतना, सो आई जस्ट टोल्ड ना, एग्जाम से पहले कोई बाइक पे बैठ के पढ़ रहा है, तो एग्जाम से पहले क्या पढ़ना है, पहले आता तो आता, नहीं तो नहीं. So I was in that mode only. एग्जाम से पहले भी मस्ती कर रहा था. So everybody were studying रात रात सारे रूम. मेरा एंटरटेनमेंट वही था. सबके रूम में जाना, पढ़ रहा है, थोड़ा उंगली करके फिर नेक्स्ट रूम. सबको ऐसे करते करते फिर मेरा आई बिकेम अ कॉमेडी बैक आफ्टर दैट्स अनदर स्टोरी. सो आई गॉट सम 5.9 or something, 5.95 some CGPA first semester. So before joining IIT, my mom read this book, 5 point someone.
चेतन भगत का ये
And somebody, actually, IIT में ऐसा होता है क्या? Don't go, don't go to IIT. If you go also, don't become like that. What is all this? ऐसा होता है क्या कॉलेज में? I was like, I don't know, होता होगा. Three Idiots देखा and movie was different. It hit different everybody. सब कुछ हुआ and I made that dream come true. I am the actual 5 point first semester में. So it didn't matter to me. Okay, जो भी है. Because people failed in a lot of exams. I didn't fail in anything. I just got less marks. Okay, what? So I was actually happy. मैं रात को बैठ के पढ़ा नहीं सबके तरह. एंड पूरा सेमेस्टर भी बहुत कुछ मस्ती किया, क्लास गया कभी नहीं गया, वॉट एवर. एटलीस्ट आई वॉज प्राउड कि ओके आई डेंट फेल इन एनीथिंग, सो वॉट एवर आई नो आई जस्ट इट्स जस्ट रिफ्लेक्शन. सो आई एम एक्चुअली दैट 5 point समवन. एंड इट ऑल स्टार्टेड आफ्टर दैट. सो घर पे तो पता चल जाएगा कि इतना मार्क्स है. एंड माई डैड वाज लाइक व्हाट 5 point. सो इमीडिएटली कॉल्ड अप सम सीनियर एंड बोला कि इसको इतना इतना CGPA आया है. एंड ही वाज लाइक, वो बंदा फंडा मिल रहा है कि पी इज पास, राइट? पी आने से बेटर एफ ले लो, फिर एग्जाम लिखो. फेल इज बेटर देन पास, ऐसा वाला फंडा दे रहा है. लाइक माय डैड टुक दैट सीरियसली. क्या पी क्या लेके आया है? इससे अच्छा एफ लेके आया था. आई एम लाइक ओके डैड, आई विल गेट, डोंट. सो दिस वाज दैट. वो कीड़ा तो आ गया मेरे पापा में कि ये बहुत गंदा है. Like, it's there, whatever it is. I think it's better than F. If you get F, you have to go back in the summer and write. Yeah, I don't want to do all that. I want to enjoy the summer. My friends were also shocked कि कुछ लोग fail हुए and they're like, "Oh, how we failed? How come you pass?"
पढ़ा तो हमने भी नहीं तो हाउ डिड यू पास.
So that is kind of okay. I was traveling back to college train में. तो हमारा रैगिंग ट्रेन में शुरू होता है. सो फर्स्ट टाइम वी ट्रैवल्ड विद पेरेंट्स, so nobody said anything. सेकेंड टाइम वी ट्रैवलिंग अलोन, ऑल स्टूडेंट्स. सो तेलुगु लोग बहुत सारे ट्रेन में होते हैं, उसी दिन होते हैं, सबका एक ही दिन स्टार्ट होता है सेमेस्टर. सो उनको मजा, 24 hours इज लॉन्ग टाइम. उसको मजा चाहिए. तो फर्स्ट ईयर ढूंढ के आते ट्रेन में. दे आर CGPA. So people were telling 6 point, 7 point, 8 point. It came to my turn. I was 5 point. Then everybody was like, huh? So they put some shock and they gave me some look like, what? Kind of look. And I started shivering like, oh shit, have I done something wrong? So it started from there actually. So luckily my friend was sitting beside me and he held my hand because other people were like, what? So now I'm an outlier, like they outcasted me. Like I don't know how to take that in. I'm like, okay, I thought I did well only because I didn't fail. Okay, so if you think that way, then fine. तो वहां से शुरू हुआ. सो दिस इज वेर आई स्टार्टेड गेटिंग लाइक थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस कम हो रहा है. लाइक क्या हो रहा है, लाइक पीपल आर नॉट. अभी तक दे आर लुकिंग एट मी लाइक यू नो, ये सब कुछ करता है, वो करता है, ये करता है. अब मेरे पास मार्क्स नहीं है तो लाइक, सो वो वाला फीलिंग मेरे दिमाग में बैठ गया कि ओके, ही इज नॉट लुकिंग एट मी द सेम वे एज ही यूज्ड टू. सो आई नीडेड समथिंग एल्स. ठीक है, मैं ये ठीक से नहीं कर पा रहा तो कुछ और तो कर कर सकता हूँ. आई वॉन्टेड समथिंग एल्स. सो दैट्स आई थिंक कॉन्शियसली तो नहीं है कि मुझे यह चाहिए, वो चाहिए, यहाँ से कुछ वैलिडेशन चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं था. आई वॉज जेन्यूनली एंजॉइंग ऑल द अदर स्टफ. बट सबकॉन्शियसली इट माइट हैव आफ्टर लाइक यू नो इंट्रोस्पेक्टिंग अ लॉट. ये थोड़ा दिमाग में ये हो सकता है कि आई नीडेड वैलिडेशन फ्रॉम समवेयर एल्स. माई लेग इंजरी, आई ब्रोक इट लाइक meniscus tear हुआ था. When I used to play football, right? I injured my left leg. So till then, I used to play with my right foot only. So now my left foot is injured. I have to plant my left leg to hit a shot with right.
Mm.
So whenever I plant my left leg, my knee used to hurt. But I want to play football. So I started playing with left foot. So if I plant my right leg, it doesn't matter. Hitting with left leg is not a problem now. So
Mm.
I practiced a lot with the left.
Okay.
So now if I play better with my left than right, kind of.
So broken leg become a superpower.
Yeah. So that is basically so. Me and Akshay used to wear those T-shirts or something like, or we used to tell कि football is my superpower. What's yours?
We'll shift a bit कि जैसे you talked about thinking about dropping out
Yeah.
IIT से. How did you come to that decision और फिर उसके next step?
So I wanted to drop out because नहीं हो रहा था यार. Academics I just left it all. Not all, but I was not able to go to the class. Like class में भी ऐसे situation आया एक. If you remember, it was signals and systems or something. So that professor, what he did was, so nine pointers come and sit in the first bench. So this thing he has done actually. That was very kind of. I didn't want to go to the class after that because nine pointers sit here. After that, five six pointers sit here. Seven eight pointers sit anywhere you want. So
Hmm.
some classification is done like that. लाइक क्लास आ रहा है मुझे सुनना है मेरे मर्जी कहीं भी बैठ के सुनो नहीं तो नहीं आऊँ so that was my thing but after the thing I just left the class I didn't go to the class only so all these things were like very I don't know it was for some higher purpose whatever the professor might have thought I don't care but it was not correct for me is what I thought and after third year so third year was very crucial for us सबको internships हो रहा है and I got a good internship actually so I got an internship in Celco Labs in Bangalore so it was founded by our alumni only, 1995 or something. Now they are serving good for all the rural areas. Solar power somehow they are providing. So I got a good internship opportunity. I went there and I was interning alongside all the MIT students. So a lot of foreigners were there. So all the French, Belgium, whatever. So it was a nice experience. I had a good internship there, good connections, and I actually saw those MIT guys were like, तुम लोग को like we try to solve your JE paper after we finish our first year in MIT and we still feel it hard to solve. तुम लोग 12th में ही ये सब कर लिया like to see grade kind of thing they were doing. Like, okay, but I didn't know how to react to that. So all these things are like now if you know this, now if you get to hear all this, like, okay, what is there? But as a third year student and you're hearing all this, like, okay, there's something special about me. That kind of feeling I got and good exposure I got. And after that internship, I realized I didn't want to do this anymore. Like, okay, जो भी पढ़ा एक बढ़िया सा internship किया. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go home. And if I go home, the only option left is like do some degree and IAS, IPS बनो. और कुछ option नहीं था like. So if you are leaving this something this big, उससे बड़ा कुछ करना है. So that बड़ा is like obviously IAS IPS thing in back at all. So I said okay, if you want I'll become IAS IPS. मुझे ये सब भी हो रहा है मुझे रैम रैम कर दो मुझे. That is what it was. And my dad said okay. He agreed and I literally came back to college with empty suitcase. Okay, and I didn't tell a lot of people about me leaving. I guess सबके जिंदगी में they are busy, so what will tell. But I have good friends तो that college gave us. But एक बंदा है मेरे बगल में बैठा है. He basically out of his selfishness or something because he wants to be with me for the next 2 years. He don't want me to leave behind college में जाके अगर मैं जाए तो उसका फन नहीं होता है उसको whatever reason or he सच में he wanted me to stay he said like so if you leave now for lifetime you are a failure so this is what he said exact words so if you want to be a failure for your life leave go I will not say anything but if you stay back and whatever the scenarios are there you'll face them and finish this degree off then that is some story you can tell to your future generations to your grandkids and all like then I gave it a thought yeah actually it makes sense It's not all bad. I'm having fun only. Like it's not like I'm trying too hard and failing or something. It's not like that. I'm having fun. Okay, have fun. बीच में थोड़ा थोड़ा ऐसे करके डिग्री तो खत्म कर सकते. It's not that big deal. तो ये बात तो घुस गई मेरे दिमाग में कि वो बहुत सही बोला, लाइक राइट टाइम पे राइट डायलॉग बोला कि यू विल बी फेलियर फॉर लाइफ. सो फेलिंग इन अ सब्जेक्ट इज छोटा लगा दैन फेलिंग इन लाइफ. सो आई डोंट वांट बी अ फेलियर इन लाइफ. आई विल स्टे बैक करके कॉल माय डैड अगेन. Yesterday night I told him I'll and he agreed, and that's a big revelation for me because okay, my dad came. My mom was not. You should not come back from that college. What will I tell to all relatives and all? So this was no, जो भी हो जाए कुछ भी करो वहीं पे रहो. This is my mom's thought process. My dad was like, okay, come back. Your kushi is my kushi. So that level. So that was enough for me basically. I didn't do it for that, but okay, I was happy, so more than happy. And I told him, I'm not coming back, I'll stay here only. I came with empty bag. I'm staying, I'm not coming. But things were there in college. So that's the mostly that's the reason I used to wear all jerseys and all because वही बचा था मेरे काली सूटकेस लेकर for some time. I say that. Yeah, and that thing really motivated me. I didn't want to be a failure for life. I stayed back. Whatever I did a lot of fun staying back. That's the story behind it. But there was a lot of mental turmoil going on in the back of my head. Ki if you don't do well in academics, what you go through, एंड इतना अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट होके आगे जाके लाइफ में कैसे रहोगे. सो दैट्स आई सी अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल लाइक दैट. सो ऑल थिंग्स आर गुड, एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग फाइन, वो सार सबका स्टोरी है. सो दिस स्टोरी आई वांट टू ब्रिंग इन टू लाइफ बिकॉज आई सी अ लॉट ऑफ ड्रॉप आउट्स हाउ दे आर डीलिंग विथ लाइफ नाउ. लाइक इट्स नॉट ऑल गुड. किसी का अच्छा है, कोई बोलता है ये ड्रॉप आउट किया कॉलेज से कंपनी शुरू किया. इट्स ऑल गुड, वेल एंड गुड. सबका स्टोरी ऐसे नहीं होता एंड it's very
Right.
unnecessary suffering goes on,
Right.
so that should not be there.
We are
Is what I
shown
feel.
वही dropouts का topic you brought up. We are shown exceptions as examples कि हाँ ये लोग कर सकते हैं तो तुम भी कर सकते हो. But that is not the case. मतलब वो लोग हाँ something worked for them which may not work for everyone. This is very true.
Somehow you finish your degree. Is it worth it? If you bring up that question, क्या
Right.
है, or like,
Is IIT worth it?
yeah, if you take that journey as as a journey, then it's worth it. So if you just take some discrete points कि ये किया ये किया ये किया ये हुआ, then it doesn't make any sense. Like क्यों किया, you can straight away ask. So that is where what I wanted to bring in. Like if you enjoy the journey, whatever you've done. So I'm doing this. I know at my own pace I'll do my things because I know what I'm doing. Like a lot of self-esteem should be there in order to I say सोचने के लिए at least. And luckily I had thoda, and I'm saying all this, but my friends who know पूरा story they'll be like "जो तेरे सारे tantrums हमको झेलना पड़ा." My friends and family, but I'm grateful to have all of them.
Do you also want to talk about the placements? क्योंकि वो season is very buzzing at that December.
वहाँ पे भी मैं बहुत मस्ती किया, if you ask.
Of course.
So एक I was not interested. So this thought is not there in my brain कि शुरू में बताया था ना, जॉब इसके बाद आफ्टर यू डू द डिग्री यू शुड गेट अ जॉब. सो एवरीबॉडीज माइंड वाज लाइक दैट ओनली कि प्लेसमेंट्स के लिए क्या करना है, जॉब लेके आना है. माय फीलिंग वाज लाइक इफ यू आर वर्थ इट यू विल गेट इट, अदरवाइज नो. इतना इतना फील होने के लिए, इतना वो करने के लिए जरूरी नहीं है. इट्स ओके. दैट वाज माय इनर फीलिंग. एंड पीपल यूज्ड टू नॉट लाइक इट. लाइक मैं इतना टेंस हो रहा हूँ, तू भी टेंस हो जा, कुछ तो कर. So it was all different. So I was like randomly giving interviews. एक interview में तो I had fun there also कि so I had my own startup, okay, airways करके, and I wrote that in resume also. Like लिखने में तो अच्छा है कि ऐसी co-founder and CTO that this is. So interview me asked, what did you start? So I said, yeah, air purifiers and all this stuff. So I sense all the air pollution and give उसी समय में ML algorithms I've developed this that whatever it. So he straight away asked, what ML algorithms? Right? I was just thinking to implement all this. I didn't implement anything. Then वो impress हो गया. You're talking like a true co-founder. Good. And he was also in that mood to have fun. उसको भी पैनल में किसी को गिटार आता है शायद. ही सॉ माय एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज. गिटार आता है. अच्छा ओके. चलिए सब छोड़. म्यूजिक थ्योरी पे आते हैं. ए मेजर स्केल में क्या नोट्स होते हैं बताओ. आई वाज मोर देन हैप्पी. चिल चिल कर रहे हैं. म्यूजिक डिस्कस कर रहे हैं इंटरव्यू. बट ओके आई डिडंट गेट प्लेस्ड सो दैट्स. टाइम आता है लाइक कोरोना आ गया. एंड कोविड टाइम पे सो सब घर आ गए. सब घर चले गए एंड कुछ तो करना है. माय डैड एज यूजुअल सीज दिस डिसअपॉइंटमेंट सिटिंग एट होम. वो नहीं चाहिए था. सो कुछ तो बता. सो आई सेड आई विल बिकम आईएएस फॉर यू. डोंट वरी दैट. सो आई स्टार्टेड. एंड वो काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग लगा था क्योंकि आई इन्वेस्टेड 2 years ऑफ माई टाइम इन दैट. And I really just to realize कि it's not for me. And because I was that kind of a person, जो अच्छा लगता है वो करता हूँ, नहीं अच्छा लगता है कुछ नहीं करता हूँ. So that generalized study I can't do, and I can never become an IAS officer without clearing that exam. जिसके लिए जनरल स्टडीज चाहिए, I can't do that. So it's done. And but I'm still pursuing things what I picked from there. Anthropology was my optional, so I started this masters in anthropology. I'm still pursuing it.
Nice. So with that, we come to the end of the second section. We'll move on to the next, which is life after IIT. So, Abhishek, what is your current role? You also mentioned ki anthropology you are pursuing. Apart from that, what else also are you doing?
I am currently working at Lime.ai. That is the same thing as per what they started in college. So I'm also lucky to have good friends in my life. I'm happily working here. But other than work is what is interesting. I and man, it's the same thing. Exam anime, it was accounts and now it's work. Okay, but okay, I'm doing well only. Not so bad. I play sports and music. Always were a part of my life. बचाता हूँ like during COVID, the same time when I was preparing for UPSC, उससे ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग्स है मेरे लाइफ में कि बैठ के 12 घंटे पढ़ाई करो और डू समथिंग एल्स which gives instant money also. So basically, I used to teach music. So I used to get money, पॉकेट भी भर जाता था. मजा भी आता था सिखाने में, बजाने में. So this was happily I was doing. So एक हद तक my dad was so irritated. I was teaching piano to a kid. So teaching kids was very exciting rather than teaching an adult. The way they learn,
Right.
the way they perceive things, it was all like very. So I was teaching a kid very excitedly. I was going on teaching weekly thrice. I was teaching her, and she was picking up. I was so happy कि मैं एक kid के life में एक instrument लाया. She was playing it. So these all things you can't tell your father. My father opens the door and like sees me playing the keyboard, shuts the door and goes. Like, okay, okay, good. And after that, one day he came and, why are you doing all this? You want to become IAS, no study. Why are you doing all this? I'm like, आता है, like, it gives a different kind of rush. I can't explain everything. Like, ये सब जैसे तुमको बोला, if it doesn't make sense to them also. Like, you're just wasting time. Just study is their reply. He's like, how much are you getting? How much money you are getting from teaching all these things? You tell me, I'll pay you double. You just study. So it's not, I can't explain, it's not about money, it's the whole process that we enjoy. Yeah, but yeah, these fights are always there. And the day I gave up on UPSC, I didn't tell. I directly joined here at Lime.ai. I actually lied to my parents कि दिल्ली गया था ये बोल के कि मैं वहां जाके यूपीएससी पढ़ाई करूंगा, बट मैं बताया नहीं, मैं जॉब ज्वाइन कर लिया, मैं छोड़ दिया कब की। They're still in the delusion कि I'm prepared, I'll become IAS one day. अभी नहीं तब। Yeah, that was, and the day they realized I quit studying, and it was okay. I was working, so it's still better, right? Like not doing anything, not studying, not doing anything versus not studying and doing a job. Okay, कर रहा है कुछ तो. But he still has some hope कि one day I'll secretly become IAS officer. Yeah, he's kind of proud कि he's a teacher, right? So
Yep.
he's kind of proud कि he passed on to me that thing, that teaching stuff, but not actual studies. What music and all you teaching? So that's my disappointment. Disappointment is always there. That's so whatever you do, you'll disappoint your parents. That is what I learned. But yeah, he's proud actually in some ways.
Well, I'll come to the next question is what do you cherish most about IIT life?
Rich most the friends, the seniors are so good, man. I love our seniors. I don't know if our juniors will say the same about me, but I definitely love my seniors. They have
Any
given a
names
lot.
particularly that you remember?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
might like this.
yeah. Freedom da particularly because he is the one you don't get that experience. वो रूम में बुला के मुझे I was struggling to hold the bar chords. Okay, so usually guitarists stop at that point. Most of them open chords बजा लेते हैं and bar chords पकड़ने में दिक्कत होती है तो छोड़ देते हैं and they use capo or something to ऐसे बजाने के लिए मस्ती में. I have to perform in that groups and all stuff. So he saw me. He used to play drums. I also used to play drums. But actually, I'll tell the story before going to Pritham. So I learned all the music instruments, not just by accident or like do something out of interest or something. I used to play drums. Okay. So second year में we did one event to showcase all the second years. AC था, अनिर्बन चंद्रा, मनोज. We all musical night करके एक लाया था between those our second years का wing के बीच में. Security counter के ऊपर जो space था. Your room was there only, I guess.
Right, huh?
सो वहां पे किया एक म्यूजिकल नाइट जिसमें सारे गाने में था. लाइक पीपल वर चेंजिंग देट सिंगर एक गाने में अलग था. सम सीनियर्स आल्सो केम इन एंड सिंग बट आई वाज द ओनली कांस्टेंट. एसी भी था. एसी वाज प्लेइंग कीबोर्ड फॉर ऑल सॉन्ग्स एंड आई वाज प्लेइंग ड्रम्स फॉर ऑल. बट मैं किसी को दिखाई नहीं दिया. लाइक द लाइट्स वर ऑन देम, आई वाज एट द बैक, सारे गाना बजा रहा हूँ. लाइक कोई देखा ही नहीं मुझे. लाइक एवरीबॉडी लाइक बढ़िया कर रहे हैं, बढ़िया कर रहे हैं, एसी बढ़िया, मनोज बढ़िया, व्हाटएवर. लाइक मैं था यार, आई वाज देयर ओनली, नोबडी सी. लाइक नो, आई विल नॉट प्ले ड्रम्स, आई हैव टू गेट इन फ्रंट. तो इफ आई वांट टू सिंग उतना अच्छा नहीं गाता हूँ तो बेइज्जती होगा ज्यादा. सो आगे जाना है पर इतना भी नहीं. सो देन आई पिक गिटार. सो दैट्स व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड. एंड फ्रीडम था, हे एक दिन रूम में बुलाया, तेरे को पूछा कि तेरे को बार कॉर्ड पकड़ने में क्या दिक्कत है. एज यूजुअल आई वाज सिंसियरली आई टोल्ड दर्द होता है बहुत. देन अच्छा दर्द होता है, गिटार लेके आओ, मैं बताता हूँ दर्द क्या होता है. फिर मुझे बिठाया, बस 5 मिनट पकड़ के टाइमर लगा के वो कुछ काम करने लग गया. देख रहा बीच बीच में अगर तूने इटा हटाया तो लाइक थोड़ा सा डर होता है ना, सीनियर ने बोला तो करना है. सो पकड़ रहा हूँ मैं, यहाँ पे दर्द हो रहा है, यहाँ पे दर्द हो रहा है. लाइक प्रीतम तो बहुत दर्द हो रहा है. लाइक 5 मिनट खत्म होने तक तू नहीं हटा रहा है हाथ. एंड 5 मिनट के बाद मुझे बार कोड आता है. सो दैट काइंड ऑफ सीनियर्स यू डोंट गेट एनीवेयर, राइट? सो दैट इज व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. प्रीतम दा था एंड फुटबॉल में ऑल these guys. पलाश दा, शैलेश दा. I used to like all these guys.
We'll come to the next section, which is rapid fire. Okay. Quick questions, quick answers. Favorite subject before IIT?
Maths.
Mhm. Favorite professor at IIT?
Arijit Ray.
Nice.
I can give this to Arijit Ray. He was there till the end. हमारा शुरू से फैकेट था and he was there till the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tag him if possible. Favorite course in IIT?
Those modern radar systems. Yeah.
Most enjoyable year at IIT?
Mm, Probably the fifth year of the fourth year and fifth year, basically. So 12 degrees के लिए fifth year final था, and that is the most time we enjoyed a lot, like spent a lot. सबका placement हो गया, बाहर जा रहा है, इधर जा रहा है, उधर जा रहा है, so yeah.
Most confusing year at IIT.
Third year, that is
Favorite KGP lingo.
go lingo,
Lingo.
lingo.
Lingo. अच्छा
Yeah,
lingo question.
I don't know man. Language बोल सकते हैं, but they call it lingo. Yeah.
Nice. ठीक है. One question I missed earlier, जो कि मैं अभी पूछ लेता हूँ. Any suggestions for students that are still aspiring for IIT or in IIT which who might relate to your scenario better? कोई suggestions है?
Suggestions तो मतलब यही है, don't get inspired by whatever I said, and not exactly full whatever I said, but yeah, have fun. Just go on, enjoy the process. That is the only thing I would say.
So this has been a very entertaining episode with a lot of information as to what not to do as well.
Yeah,
Right. And yeah, it has really been we I got to understand your character a lot better. मतलब मैं भी उस पर्सपेक्टिव से देख रहा था कि ये तो रॉक स्टार है इस लेवल पे पहुंच नहीं पाए. But then why you became a rock star, मतलब उसका origin story क्या था? That is very interesting for me, and hopefully the viewers or listeners are also finding it interesting. So if you have any questions for Abhishek, I'll share his LinkedIn or maybe some other information so you can get in touch with him directly. Ask him questions कि हाँ ये क्यों किया वो क्यों नहीं किया जितना हम लोग पूछ नहीं पाए. But yeah, that was it for this episode. Watch out this space for more. Again, this has been IIT Podcast with Somnath. Chalo, signing off.